Hello everyone and welcome back to Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I am one wild sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna all the way around here and enter the Chocolate Secret, which is basically the only major secret level in the entire, like, Chocolate Island. But I digress. Anyway, this stage by here is a very tricksy level, as you can probably guess by my almost instantaneous death.
Oh, this is why there isn't a Mario football game. The Mario
Ha! I have no words. But seriously, that's my opinion on why there's no Mario football game. You know, there's no American Mario football game for one particular reason, and that's because as soon as they touch a football, they self-destruct, they explode. The Mario Brothers are not very good footballers, you know. Same goes for rugby as well, because rugby is essentially American football, but without the padding. So, but I digress. It's just, Jesus Christ, I'm dying a lot in this one, aren't I? Let's just continue onwards, and seriously, this Chocolate Secret stage is it's a bit of a tricksy level, you know. It's at least the very start of it's very tricksy. I always have issues getting through it because, as you can clearly tell, I'm dying a lot. And I assure you, I did editing in this video. I assure you. Primarily, I assure you because I'm looking at my timeline now and there's tons of edits, but it's beside the point. I just do a lot of stupid mistakes, you know. Look at this. I keep walking into enemies like this. I think it was probably because I was getting really tired at the time I was recording this, because this entire game was essentially done in about 1 or 2 sittings, you know, folks. I did this all in one go, so I think around this point in the game I was getting really, really tired. But now I believe I'm actually going to progress further, thank God. So, yeah, no more mistakes from this point on. Or at least if they... That's not really a mistake, I didn't die. That doesn't count. So yeah, I think I'll do good from this point on. So let's just continue moving. And, yeah, that was embarrassing, to say the least. Oh, that was heavily embarrassing. Seriously, the only reason that's still in there is because how stupid some of those deaths were, you know. Get the checkpoint, Luigi. Get the checkpoint. Get the checkpoint.
Oh, I want to get it, but I can't quite reach.
Oh, Jesus. I'm cringing just looking at I'm cringing at this just looking at myself. But fortunately, that pipe has given us a bunch of new powers. The pipes themselves don't actually give you powers, ladies and gentlemen. I just skipped past a lot of deaths that I really couldn't be bothered to show off, you know. I think I've shown off enough deaths now for the rest of the playthrough. But anyway, it's time to continue moving on and finally get the stage done. This is one of the trickiest levels in the game, I have to be perfectly honest. And it's primarily because it's so many... It's not really challenging, it's just tricky. You know, you have to make a lot of tricky jumps, you have to deal with all these tricky enemy types. It's a tricky stage. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, honestly, but the cape does help out a lot, especially in this section by here where you need to sort of run across these cheese platforms as quick as possible. Are they cheese platforms? I'm not actually sure. I'm assuming they're made of something like cheese. They look like cheese. Wallace from Wallace and Gromit would be having a field day, I can tell you that much. Cheese, Gromit! I'm not very good at doing voices of that character. Really not. But anyway, the fortunate thing about this level is there is only one major exit to deal with, so yeah, that is it for Chocolate Secret. We won't be seeing that stage again. And this is probably the last preview we're gonna get of the final world of the game. So we can sort of just look at it. Look at the nice view. And of course, if we wanted to, we could also skip directly to Castle number 6. We could skip this entire Chocolate Island if we want. But there's only 2 major... hair in my mouth. There's only 2 major levels left, really, so... Screw it, we're not skipping. Plus, I want to show off every stage and every exit in the game, so... I can't really do that. Although one thing that I find quite weird about Luigi's sprite, in particular when he has the fire flower, and I think it's only Luigi that really does this, you know, Mario doesn't do this, and... I think I must have had a brain aneurysm or something to do that. Why did I do that? But no, Luigi's sprite when he's in fire form, if you notice, he actually looks like he's spitting out the fireballs out of his mouth, which I think is quite strange. I don't know if that's just a mistake or something, because I know they're meant to throw the fireballs, but it seems like he's spitting them at enemies, you know? I always found that odd. And considering I always play this game as Luigi, because
Luigi is number one.
that's the only sprite I see, and I don't play this game nearly enough as Mario to actually know what Mario's sprite looks like, so... It's kind of sad when you don't know what the Mario sprite really looks like on a Mario game, isn't it? But, yeah, still... I'm surprised they never continued the control in Mario was still, like I said way back in the start of the LP, it's what I consider to be the best controlling Mario game ever made. And I'm really surprised they never stuck with this, you know, this control scheme. Like, take the game mechanics and just sort of rip it and upgrade the graphics. I'm really surprised they never did that. Because to date, this is still the best Mario game for me. And the ironic thing is, to date, this is probably one of the more rushed Mario games, because I know they wanted to get this and push this out of the door in time for the Super Nintendo, you know, so... I don't know. Anyway, by here, you're going to want to fly underneath the flagpole, because otherwise we will not be able to reach over here. Over here, we have 3 1-ups and the hidden exit of the stage, so, yeah, it's just wise to look at that. And 40 points! Jesus Christ!
Now that is what I like to call a high score. Luigi's a high-scoring dude. Oh, oh. No, seriously, you should see my Pac-Man scores. Oh, oh.
But by going to that, we go directly to the Chocolate Forest. Chocolate Forest? Chocolate Fortress. Jeez, I wish it was a Chocolate Forest. I'm starving. But, no, just jump up this vine and then we'll be able to take the real exit out, which... You might wonder, where's the real exit go? Well, it's a bit of a Castle of Illusion sort of deal, where the real exit takes us nowhere. What? Seriously, the real exit of the stage puts us into a circle, so you do need to get a cape feather and you do need to fly underneath the main goal, which is a bit dickish, I'm not gonna lie, but I digress. Time for the next fortress of the game. But yeah, seriously, I'm just really shocked they never went with this controls again, you know? Like, it's not like the new Mario Brothers games control bad, you know? They're fine controlling games. All the Mario games control good. But... Well, I say all the Mario games, but I haven't played Hotel Mario, so I couldn't really vouch for that. But all the Mario games I own control good, you know? So... I don't know, I'm just surprised they never went with the perfect control scheme that they made in this game, you know? I'm honestly convinced that these are perfect platforming controls. And I'd only say Sonic controls are superior because, well, the game of Sonic is designed around momentum and the controls work for that. If this game controlled like Sonic the Hedgehog, it would be hard. It would be too hard. I guess this probably depends on what type of player you are, you know, because I love Sonic the Hedgehog. It is my favourite game series. And I like the momentum-based controls in that, but I still like the fact that this game is insanely pinpoint precise, you know? And if this game was so like Mario Bros. 1 or Sonic the Hedgehog in terms of it's very momentum-based, the difficulty, I will guarantee the difficulty of the game would shoot up if they decide to go with the control mentality of either Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 or 3 or the original Mario Bros. 1, you know? But I digress. Anyway, the major thing we need to worry about in this fortress, folks, are all the thwomps and thwimps. I love that name, thwimp. But basically all these things, we've dealt with these enemies before. You know how to handle them. Sort of bait the thwomps and jump to the right area. And also thanks to the power of the Blue Switch Palace, we are able to progress through this, well, and the Red Switch Palace without being crushed. So they do help out, you know. And one unique thing I kind of actually like about this... I can't believe I just got hit there. One unique thing I really do like about this particular world is that whenever you're in a castle and fortress, I can't believe I just did that. The doors are chocolate. Yeah, you didn't see anything. The doors in this are chocolate. I don't know, I just think it's neat. I'm surprised they don't do more world-based... You know, they they don't customize the castles and whatnot depending on the world you're in. I thought that would be quite quite a unique way of doing things. Like, all the modern 2D Mario platformers, every world has its own unique feel and whatnot. So if adapt that to this game, it would have been good, you know? The only problem I have with the old Mario game is, well, the new Mario games, not the old. The new Mario games is the worlds always go in the exact same pattern and you know what to expect, you know, which kind of bugs me. I'm getting sick of seeing the desert world as the second world, folks, you know? And I don't like desert levels in games anyway, so it's just... I mean, it could be the most well-designed level in the game, but I think it's the aesthetics. They just put me off. I'm not a big fan of desert aesthetics. They just look bland. They look boring usually. And I've seen a lot of people use Borderlands as a reason to praise desert aesthetics. But the thing is, Borderlands does nothing for me. I've never been a big fan of that series. Like, Borderlands 1 bored the shit out of me. Borderlands 2 also bored the shit out of me. The environment was nice in Borderlands 2, I'll give it that. But Borderlands, you know, it's just not much to talk about in terms of Borderlands. It's not the most interesting game in the world, I'm basically trying to get at. But I digress. Anyway, thankfully, because of the blue switch, this entire river of chocolate underneath us is completely covered up, which is kind of depressing, because who doesn't want to go for a dip and swim in chocolate? I mean, come on. It's everyone's dream. You know, you win the lottery, you get a pool filled with chocolate. You swim in the chocolate and get loads of girls around you, and yeah. It's everyone's dream. It is the life, you know. It is the American dream. I'm not even American, but it's the American dream, yo. But I digress. There's that stage over and done with. That's quite an easy stage, actually. The only big challenge you could probably have is probably the slanted platforms, because they can be quite awkward to sort of maneuver across. But apart from them, it's an easy stage, very simple platforming challenge, and all the challenge is basically gone whenever you have the blue switch, you know, all the switch palaces enabled. But it's around this point in the game where the switch palaces that you hit really do start to show their use, you know, because otherwise these stages would be... Yoshi, no! Jesus, I can't believe I did that. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, it's around this point where the switch palaces show their usefulness, and the game would be so much easier if we didn't bother getting the switch palaces at this point, you know? But I digress. It's time to get ourselves a good load of one-ups. Yeah, not bad, a couple of one-ups. There's only once I think I can recall of where I ever completed those bonus little challenge rooms 100%, where I got every one-up possible in those things. It's surprisingly difficult to do, and I think it's because it's primarily a very luck-based, you know, it's not guaranteed to be able to get in one go. And yeah, I must have been tired in this recording session, folks, because Jesus Christ, the amount of deaths I've had. Wow. And bear in mind, this is with editing. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is with me cutting out a majority of the deaths. So, fun times. Thumbs up, I suppose. Yes. But anyway, come on, that's a bit dickish. Putting 3 charging trucks at the end of the level. Come on, game. Come on. Miyamoto. What the shit? But I digress. It's time to move on now and take on the next castle. Right after we, obviously, right after we get hold of a load of extra lives. Now, how many extra lives are we gonna get? 8! We got 8! If only the count was in this game. But look at our life count. It's just, oh, it's genius. It's going up so high. Like I say, I do max out the life count in this game, folks, and it's strange because I do lose like 20 or 30 lives every level, pretty much. And I'm not really using save states because obviously I can't. I'm not playing this on a emulator or anything. This is running off my Nintendo itself, so I can't use save states if I wanted to. Okay. I'm gonna say that's a dick move. I'm just gonna say that right now. But anyway, Wendy's Castle by year is probably one of, if not the hardest major castle in the entire game, ladies and gentlemen. And the primary reason why is because of these. These crushing pillar dildos are what I like to call a menace. Hence, well, because primarily they're crushing pillar dildos that kill you. They're spiky and everything. And what Wendy gets up to gets up to in her own time is completely up to her. But come on, honestly, the female character gets the giant thrusting, pulsating pillars and what have you. You know, maybe I'm looking too much into this, but I'm just saying, you know, you can insinuate a lot from that, ladies and gentlemen, you know? Oh, 1-up! Oh! I don't know what causes that 1-up to appear. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I really have no idea. But, yeah, like I said, this is probably one of the hardest castles in the game because primarily there's just so much treacherous stuff going on, and these pulsating dildo things, I'm going to keep calling them that, I don't care. If you get caught by them, you will get killed. Guaranteed. It doesn't matter if you have a mushroom, it doesn't matter if you have any type of power-up, you will die if you touch them. So, yeah, do not touch the giant spiky dildos of death, and you'll be able to progress on just fine. You know? And we also introduced a new enemy type, the Sparkies, and Super Smash Bros. Aficionados will pretty much know these guys because they're very annoying in Smash Bros. What they will do is they will rotate a number of platforms. Actually, I think these are in Mario Bros. 2 as well. But they will rotate a number of around the platform, and you have to spin jump, otherwise you will get hurt by these goons. So they're kind of awkward. So spin jump on them whenever they're nearby, and just make sure you don't get don't get clipped by them. You know, it is quite easy to deal with, but it's a platforming challenge. I might as well explain it. You know. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the castle itself. So now it's time to take on Wendy O'Koopa herself, who, for some reason, I don't know why, in the Mario Bros. Cartoon, a lot of these Koopalings had completely different names, and I don't know why. Like, I can't remember what name Wendy was called, but she was called something completely different in the Mario Bros. Cartoon, and I don't know why. And it can't be a localization team going nuts, because the games were already localized, and if you've read the instruction manuals, you know all the Koopalings' names from Mario Bros. 3, so I don't know. I'm really trying to remember her name now. It's going to be bugging me. I digress. It's just wipe away, just clean out this castle, quite literally. We're window cleaning it away.
Okie dokie. That's why I worked as a window cleaner one time.
Anyway, Wendy O'Koopa in castle number 6 has sung her last song. Luigi must meet the challenge of our screw it, I can't do that voice. Luigi must meet the challenge of our rivals, blah blah blah. Let's go, we need to go and fight Bowser Koopa. But when we return next time, folks, we will be returning to a Mario Bros. 3 callback, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you guys are excited for that. So thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed. Don't be stupid people, I'll catch you all then.